3 days after the election, more than 15 House, Senate, and governor's races remain undecided, including crucial contests in Arizona and Georgia. Protests have also broken out in Florida, where talk of lawsuits and recounts has many recalling a battle from the past. Here's Ed O'Keefe.
In Broward County in South Florida, angry protesters stormed past truck barricades and accused elections officials of trying to steal votes for the Democrats.
And this is invalid. The others are valid.
Inside, those same officials tediously counted ballots. Outgoing Republican Governor Rick Scott is clinging to a barely 15,000 vote lead against incumbent Democrat Bill Nelson in the nation's most expensive U.S. Senate contest. In the governor's race, about 36,000 votes separate Republican Ron DeSantis from Democrat Andrew Gillum. Last night, Scott raised the stakes, accusing Broward and Palm Beach County elections officials of withholding voting information.
No ragtag group of liberal activists or lawyers from D.C. will be allowed to steal this election from the voters in this great state.
Nelson, whose campaign is pushing for a recount, responded today.
Clearly, Rick Scott is trying to stop all the votes from being counted, and he's impeding the democratic process.
As the ballot count continued, legal challenges played out in Broward and Palm Beach County courtrooms.
I want all the damaged ballots.
If this seems all too familiar, it is. An eerily similar scene played out in the same part of Florida 18 years ago this week, when officials started recounting ballots, remember hanging chads? In the Bush-Gore presidential election. Back then, the sitting president largely stayed out of the fight. Not so today. On Twitter, President Trump alleged fraud and election theft. This was Mr. Trump as he departed the White House for Paris.
And all of a sudden, they're finding votes out of nowhere.
The Florida Department of Law Enforcement tells CBS News that they are not actively investigating any allegations of elections fraud. The governor and Senate races are within the margin of error to trigger an automatic recount, which could begin as early as Sunday. Jeff?
Ed, thanks. Amazing to think about the Bush-Gore recount 18 years ago this week. Thank you very much, Ed O'Keefe.